Hi, my name is Because Becca, and I'm making this video because we are continuing on with Kane Pixel's Backrooms. We now have a new video out called Damage Control. Thank you so much to all of my channel members. You may have seen that I released a video on Beat Saber of doing my own song, the game theory song that I wrote. That custom map, if you're someone that likes to add custom maps to Beat Saber, is available to members. So if you want that, feel free to check that out. And without further ado, let's begin.
Mark, this is Team A. Do you read us?
Hey team, this is Mark. I read you. What is it? We need immediate armed support in room 14C. My team and I are being held at gunpoint by a hostile. I repeat, please send immediate armed support
right
to room 14C of your
Save them for that panel.
Ooh, that guy over there looks like a little line break. Oh snap, I'm excited. We're following right up. I didn't think we were gonna do this. Oh. Did he die? Is he now like a creature that just lives there? Becomes part of the energy, morphed into the walls. Who's that? Is that our guy with the gun? Yeah, it is. Interesting. Oh no, I'm nervous. This is like that kind of shot where someone gets hit by a bus. I feel like he's gonna walk into the corridor and something's just gonna like grab him. Like that's what the shot feels like. But so far they've been running around and it looks like they're not getting killed by like creatures. So I know this is like before. So I'm wondering if the creatures things didn't exist. I wonder if it is the people. This gives me Stranger Things vibes, like the laboratory and testing and stuff like that. And kind of like the music. But it's also so its own. Closed it. What's his end game?
I'd like to thank you all once again for your patience on this. It has been a stressful 15 hours for all of us here, and while he cannot currently be with us, Dr. Beck sends his apologies regarding the numerous inconveniences caused by our decision to keep you here overnight.
Interesting.
Now, it appears that the situation has reached a point of some stability. We're still looking into a few things, but I feel that we can now properly address what occurred without running into speculation.
Okay.
What happened last night should not have happened. Not here, not with us. What occurred was a gross misunderstanding that was the result of some severe information mismanagement. Even now, I believe most of you still have an incomplete idea of what took place last night. So before I fill you in, I need to address the fact that there has been information deliberately withheld from many of you on the project.
Okay.
Now, these choices were not made lightly and were done for only the best of reasons. However, I want to make it abundantly clear that following the events of last night, it has been proven to us that that method of conducting ourselves was not viable.
Seems a little late on that.
So, I'm coming to you now to correct this mistake and begin delivering the authentic order of events as we understand them. On the morning of March 1st, a team
Hey,
of
it's
4
before my
researchers
birthday.
was sent into the complex to conduct a routine layout analysis. George Levy, Marvin Lee, Ronald McCarthy, and Peter Tench. At around 12:25 p.m., the group realized that they had lost track of Tench while traversing a previously accessed branch of hallways. As you'll recall, this prompted an immediate withdrawal of response back to standard, followed by several days of significant search efforts. However, those ultimately yielded nothing. and as far as any of us were concerned, Tench had simply vanished, leaving no physical trace. Now, for obvious reasons, that wasn't something that we could disclose to the public, so roughly 2 weeks following his disappearance, our security team was forced to put together a more acceptable cause of death that would keep attention away from this institute and provide closure to the family. So that is all close to common knowledge, I presume.
Provide closure to the family or cover your back so that way the family doesn't come asking you questions about where their loved one is. Because if you had said he just disappeared while working and we don't know, the family would press for accountability on that. But if you just say some other thing, yeah, I guess it gives them closure too, but you can't say, oh, it gives us closure without also acknowledging the fact that it covers your liability.
Not all of you were with us at the time of the incident. However, you're certainly aware of the effects it has had on our internal procedure.
Love how I'm getting mad at a fake company.
So the past few months. Regardless, that was where Tench's involvement in this came to an end. Or at least, that's what we assumed. Because on May 8th at approximately 5:30 p.m., a motion alert was sent out from the complex, which was closed off at the time. One of our senior engineers was sent down to assess the situation and discovered a male dressed in hazard gear who we were able to identify as
Oh, sorry.
Peter Tench.
Sorry, my new keyboard's very
Immediately following
sensitive.
this discovery, Tench was moved to a secure room on this floor where, over the following days, a select group of doctors were able to administer a panel of tests in order to determine what had happened to Peter in the 2 months he'd been gone.
Okay, so they got a hold of it.
Those tests yielded very little useful information.
Sorry, one sec. I just need to go back. My brain.
Doctors were able to a secure room on this floor where, over the following days, a select group of doctors were able to administer a panel of tests in order to determine what had happened to Peter in the 2 months he'd been gone. Those tests yielded very little useful information. By all measures, Peter appeared to be in excellent health. However, we were still provided one very useful tool in understanding how the situation unfolded from his perspective.
See, every time I see one of those little tripod things, it just makes me think of that original video, like the original monster thing that looked to me like a camera on a tripod. So every time they introduce this like tripod, or I think there was also the other video with the kid, and there was like a tripod or something like that, it makes me think of that, and it makes me wonder. Because it seems none of them have, except for that one time where he fell down the hole, but that was before they covered it. Interesting. I don't know. I don't know anything.
Some of you may recall that on the day of his disappearance, Tench was his team's designated camera operator. Well, when we recovered him, he still had that camera in his possession. And in fact, had documented the entire ordeal.
Do we get to see?
The footage will be presented in its entirety later today. However, for the purpose of this
wonder if it'll be in
discussion,
another
I will only
video.
be highlighting key events.
Oh no, we get to see it.
This is the hallway where Peter was last seen. They're not in view, but you can hear the others walking behind him.
Oh, this is
As
the
they
video we
approach
already
the
saw
bridge to the right,
when he
pay
disappeared.
close attention to the audio.
I wanted to see when he was just by himself for months. It explains how we got the footage.
Hey, can you hear this? Hey.
Now, I'd like to save the discussion for afterwards, but what you just saw is what we believe to be the moment that Peter was instantaneously transported 2 months forward in time.
Oh.
Following that abrupt flash you just saw, Tench proceeds back out into the hallways.
When he confronted them, though, he had this feeling of desperation, though, of like, my family thinks I'm gone, all this stuff. Like, he knew it had been 2 months. If you were just instantly transported 2 months, you may not even realize. You may just go back up to your friends and be like, hey, guys, like, I lost you, you know? So what made him so desperate is my question, if he was instantaneously already to that moment, or, like, what happened right after that?
but is without any indication of their presence.
Oh, okay, we get to see.
The next 30 or so minutes of the tape follow a fairly panicked Tench as he attempts to navigate his way back to the threshold. He does obviously find his way back. However, the threshold appears not as he knows it, but as it appeared on the date of May 8th. And this ties us back to the moment when we recovered him. So, to summarize, from his point of view...
Wait, so that's when they recovered him. Was then. And then they did tests. So he must have discovered from the company that they found out that he was dead. And maybe they weren't that his family thinks he's dead. And then maybe from that moment, maybe the company was like didn't let him leave, and that's his desperation.
He had only been inside the complex for several hours. So to him, all of the new developments surrounding the threshold were completely foreign. Luckily, though, as I already mentioned, there were people available to manage the situation as it unfolded. And over the course of the following days, we were able to properly sit down with Peter and work with him to gain a collective understanding of what had happened. However, there was still the very significant fact that Mr. Tench was considered legally deceased as a result of the cover story, and reversing that would be no...
Exactly. It wasn't for the family. It was for you. Because if it was for the family, you would easily say, just kidding, like he's alive. Not just kidding, but like he's alive if you're caring about the family. Clearly, you're trying to figure out how to reverse it for you. Oh, I'm mad at these imaginary people.
He understood this and was willing to cooperate while we looked for a way to reintegrate him without raising suspicion. Unfortunately, though, that process ended up taking
there's the desperation
than we had anticipated. And all the while, Peter was sucked out here, waiting idly by. We did our best to keep him engaged, but it is hard to combat the effects of prolonged sensory deprivation on the human brain. And as a result, Peter's mental state took a toll. Not to a degree that was outright concerning at first, but around the end of week 2, we noticed that he was starting to exhibit a number of behaviors common in patients diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia. Though we don't have reason to believe that Mr. Tench was afflicted with that condition. Whatever the case, while he didn't express it outright, from what we could gather, he appeared to have deluded himself into believing that he was still inside some sort of illusion created by the complex.
Honestly, I'd feel
and
that way.
We were secretly looking to do him harm. This all came to a head on the night of the 22nd, when, while Tench was finally about to be transferred to a temporary above-ground residence.
Interesting how reasonable they're making everything. Like, the company sounds very reasonable, right? Like, they were looking for a way to integrate him. So they're not our bad guys in the story. I don't know. I don't trust it, but I'm interested.
He broke away from us and, using stolen credentials, forced his way back into the complex where he would go undiscovered until just last night, when he ambushed and violently attacked Team B in room 14C, leaving Dr. Bloom in critical condition.
Okay, he's not dead.
We can presume that during the 2 or so days Tench spent in the complex, he let go of the idea that he could somehow escape through an alternate threshold, but still held on to the belief that all of us here were working to trap him in some way, despite our actions saying exactly the opposite.
Your actions were saying the opposite, or were your
shot from the
words?
Remington 870 to Dr. Bloom's side, Tench fled the scene and headed to the threshold outpost, where he would turn the weapon on several more of you while progressing to standard and through the lower offices. Given the abrupt and chaotic nature of the unfolding situation, it took our security team several moments longer than it ideally should have to figure out what was happening. But thankfully, while Tench was passing through one of the empty labs next to storage, Dr. Maxwell was able to act quickly and managed to disarm him, accidentally discharging the weapon into the ceiling in the process, though.
Why do I feel like that's important somehow?
However, Tench still managed to avoid apprehension, fleeing into the maintenance wing and evading our security staff by taking the freight elevator to the surface. Now, this situation could have played out very badly, given the potential number of witnesses around the building at the time.
What's gonna happen here?
But luckily for everyone involved, as far as we can tell, Tench was not noticed as he exited the property.
Oh, he got out.
Around 5 minutes later, our security team made it to the ground floor and began a thorough sweep in the direction of the hillside where cameras had last observed Tench.
Oh, it's so pretty. Not a clip I'm used to seeing in this
Now,
series.
there's no easy way
No.
to say this other than you just say it.
No.
I am terribly sorry to inform you all, but Mr. Tench was found deceased halfway down the hillside.
No. I
The
don't believe
result
you.
of an extreme blow to the head. It appears that while he was running through some brush, he failed to anticipate a sudden dip in the ground and tragically fell forward into a large rock.
I don't believe that. I don't believe
Given the
that.
circumstances,
The title of this is Damage Control. They're not looking to protect him. I do not believe he fell.
it was not something any of us could have anticipated or prevented.
Yeah, because you chose it. You
The
probably
tragedy
killed him.
of the entire situation undoubtedly remains, but Dr. Tench,
He got out,
regardless
so you
of
had
how
to kill
troubled
him.
he was in his final days,
He got out, you had to kill him. You weren't going to let him out.
was a really
Maybe they are the
who
bad guy.
gave his all to this project. He would certainly not want us hindering it in his name. What we're doing here is so much bigger than any one person. It is the work of a unified effort, and we need to ensure that that is never lost sight of. That we hold on to the pre-established notion that Peter is and has been deceased. That is done, and there is nothing more to be extracted.
All right, wait. What the heck was that?
Nothing more to be extracted.
All right, I'm looking at a syringe. A syringe. Oh, a guy. Looks like there's some numbers down there. Some folks. Looks like some smoke and stuff. Like an office. Someone coming towards you, looks like in a hazmat suit. Kind of looks like Slender Man. Back to the hazmat suit. Oh no, walking away. Oh, the street. Is that him down there, like running? Yeah, they're pointing that person out specifically. What's this? Looks like almost like if you're like in a dark closet, like looking out. I can't tell what that is though. Interesting. Oh. Who's calling? Oh, that's horrifying. Oh, I hate this. I was so nervous about this. They turned off the music and then like put it back on. Oh, there is something. There is something coming. An east wind is coming. Huh. I'm so intrigued. Every time something comes out and I learn a little bit more, let me know what you think is going on. Is this company the bad guys? Are they not the bad guys? I highly doubt that they're not the bad guys, but I feel like they're the bad guys. What do you think about... I constantly go back to that first video and wondering, like, what the monsters are, you know? So I can't help but feel like they're people somehow. But I don't know. So anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. If you'd like to see me continue to react to the Backrooms found footage and all this stuff, let me know as well. Also, give it a like so I can see that as well. And thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. And that's all, because it's over. Bye.